Hey guys, this is Kamikaze Watermelon and Top Tier Sloth, and we are back with AC for answer. I almost said For Honor again. Hey, that happened in the original recording.
You got it this time, though. I know, right?
So we are having to do something a little bit different. Well, not different. We've done this before. We lost our audio for this episode. So we are just recording over it again. So we didn't want to just dump the footage. So we're still, we're just going to talk over it like a podcast or something. I'm pretty sure I mostly just did arena fights, just an assload of arena fights.
Yeah. That's why I think there was some mission stuff later on, but yeah, we started off with some arena fights.
Yeah, because we blasted through the arena in this. It was not hard.
We got it all the way up to, I think, rank 1.
Yeah, I believe this lady was giving me trouble.
We'll have to watch.
At the end of the last episode, I do believe this lady was kicking my ass. And then we were holding this whole long conversation about... What were you talking about? You were talking about something you got very passionate about, and then I just whooped the shit out of her while you were talking.
I remember that happening. I can't tell you what it was about. I might have been talking about anime or another game. Who knows?
It was oh man, now I want to remember. What was it you were talking about?
Yes, I spent this whole time just trying to figure out what we talked about last time we recorded.
But yeah, it was like yeah, she's one of the ones that's super zippy and back and forth.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's not this episode. I was suddenly remembering the last episode we recorded. That's not this.
No.
Fucking mess. But yeah,
we just live react to what we're seeing here. This incredible gameplay.
Incredible. I actually can pay attention to what the hell I'm doing, because man, I don't see what's happening on the screen when I'm playing. I am focused exclusively on the opponent.
Yep.
Man, I got hit by 2 fucking swords. 3. That one just hit me too.
He slapped you around a little bit, but you were still doing good on damage there from what we can see.
What is this fucking hacker? He's hit me 4 times.
And there goes the health.
Yes, because... Oh, I wasn't even using the shoulder cannon. That was good. That was a good idea.
You pretty much got through most of this with just kind of murdering them with your machine guns for the most part.
I thought, I also figured out, so I thought that was the quick turn right there, what I was doing. Apparently, letting go of the boost gets you an actual quick turn where you do a full 180. So I still didn't quite understand how to do that.
Well, now you know.
I do, yes.
Well, not yet in this video, but you do know at some point.
Because I have to remember to let go of the boost.
All right, got old Dario MPO coming up.
Yeah, right about now we're probably babbling about something stupid and inane while staring at the screen, and then we go in.
This Rosenthal Lynx has made his name known in recent years. He's ambitious and power hungry, not afraid to show it. Transcend is based on new standard model Lancel parts and features a wide array of weaponry, making it quite versatile.
Luckily for you, we were reading it, so you had time.
I know. That was the point. Yeah, I remember we liked this design a lot.
Yes, yes, I like how the look of this one. His icon is
and his like visor is yellow, which kind of gives me a Ferrari vibe.
Yeah,
and like the red with the yellow logo.
We'll definitely fight him in the desert, for sure.
The desert. I also made that joke. Algebra. This dude with his Ekazar.
He doesn't have a dick stabber.
No, you do though. Look at that dick stabber. Just hanging down.
That shows that you mean business. Asserts your dominance over the enemy.
Just walking around hanging stabbers.
Now I'm not sure.
I just noticed there's like clouds up there. That's kind of interesting.
I'm not sure if we talked about it.
Or no, I guess it's just the dust storm. Never mind. Go ahead.
I don't know if we talked about it in any of these episodes, but the new anime season just started at time of when we were recording these, and
we have a chance to do something funny,
so dead.
which is which is I can talk about that anime that I said I didn't watch, but now I have. But I might have talked about in the next one that I didn't. So I could say I watched it now. The next episode, be like, no, never watched it.
Which one are you talking about?
Dining in Dungeon. Whatever it's called.
Oh, you watched Delicious in Dungeon? I was just about to mention that one.
Delicious in Dungeon. Yep. No, I watched the first episode. Well, the only episode of that one, not right now.
It's
and yeah, it's.
I like how they handled it. Studio Trigger seems like an odd choice for a non-action anime, but they did a good job with it.
I mean, there was plenty of action. It just wasn't like combat action.
Right.
It's like cutting.
It's cooking action.
Various. Yeah. But, you know, they're all very elaborately animated, so, like, totally worth it for them to do it.
I was wandering Twitter the other day, and somebody took the audio from the English one, and they spliced Marciel's audio from the German voice acting. So she was the only one in German while she was screaming and ranting about not eating food, not eating monsters.
That's kind of funny.
They're all just like,
she was great though. I was watching it all in English, and everybody did pretty good. Didn't have any issues with anybody. ProZD killed it, of course. But I don't know. I like the character so far. I'm just curious to see where the story actually goes once it starts going. You know, very much an intro episode. It went really fast, and not a whole lot happened. So.
Yeah, as long as they do it right, and that was the same in the manga too. Oh wait, one of the higher ranked independent mercenaries, although he's a combat genius, he can only fight for short periods of time due to his unique aim as aptitude. He may have once been affiliated with the Spina. I got it. I did it.
Hey, nice.
The manga was like that too, and I feel like that pacing was all intentional. The way the characters react to things is very intentional in the manga.
Yeah.
So like,
is that pacing keep up throughout the episode?
No,
throughout the manga, or is it just something from the intro?
That's the intro. But it's like the way the characters react to certain things, and like it's a comedy with a serious undertone.
Right.
Because of like his sister is dead and they're trying to get to her. But the way I feel like there's an intentional aspect to the way they're so casual about it. And that gets explained.
Well, they're not sure if she's dead yet, right? And they're
no,
still
they know
going down there
she's
to go
dead.
get her.
They know she's dead. They're hoping they can resurrect her. That was
is that what it is?
Yeah,
they're hoping their body hasn't been disintegrated yet.
Yeah, that hasn't been completely decomposed and digested.
My bad, I must have misheard that.
They will explain,
or maybe
why
in the English
that's
version
important.
They didn't quite.
They'll explain why that's important probably in the next episode. But yeah, they're just trying to get to her before she's digested, so they can resurrect.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, it was just like always with some of these like anime intro episodes, it can just be the pacing is just off. There's just like, you know, the story hasn't quite kicked in yet, and you're just being introduced to characters back to back. So it's like you know, not the best start I think yet, but like I think once a few episodes get going, it'll be fine.
Yeah. And these guys fucking melt.
I'm definitely gonna keep watching it. It looks great. So.
And here we go. We have White Glint. So I said this in the episode. From what I understand from the comments, White Glint in this game is your character from the last game, having renamed their AC and taken on a different appearance.
Link's affiliated with the Anti-League Power Line arc. Hers is an original craft by the Master Architect Abu Marsh. Although still ranked 9, she is well known as a top-class next. She took down an entire company solo during the Link's War.
And so if what was said is the case, then this is establishing that the female or the character from AC4 is canon female, which is the first time I think they've established a gender on any of the main characters.
Yeah, like not even in 6, I don't think they establish whether your characters. No, do they?
No, I don't think they do.
No, they
never once. I don't think they ever once refer to you as anything besides 621.
No, it's true. It's true. No, I think they keep it ambiguous enough. Well, whatever the case, yeah, I mean, most of the protagonists are definitely not gendered in any way, so.
No. But yeah, Delicious in Dungeon, really was looking forward to that. Finished reading the manga like a week ago.
Okay.
and it was good.
Are they still ongoing, or
No, it's done.
just
They
caught up?
They ended it.
Okay.
It had a finite
Is
ending.
it, how far along is it?
It was a pretty long manga. Not like,
Okay, so it's got a lot of episodes to get through.
yeah, it's not like super long, but I think this show is already
Sure.
slated for 24 episodes, so they potentially could do the whole thing depending on their pacing.
Okay.
'Cause-
So 1 or 2 seasons at the most.
Yeah, manga can be really long, but like they can consolidate like 5 or 6 chapters into one episode of an anime.
Sure. Yeah, it depends on how they pace it, I guess.
And the design of this manga is very easily episodic, like one of those things where it's like they'll finish a bit and then it can just go to another bit like 3 or 4 times in an episode quite easily.
Sure.
But I really
Yeah,
liked
I'm
it.
interested to see.
I liked all the characters.
Is there like an arc of story?
Yes.
Like, does it actually have like? Okay.
No, the story is there.
That's
It's
the
just,
thing that you can't really tell this early on is like where it goes. You know, that's kind of the, because it's such an odd concept.
yeah, they
But
progress the
yeah, we'll
story
see.
while doing like cooking, like manga cooking bits. I don't know if you read manga
Right.
that are like about cooking, because I have a lot of manga that are about cooking.
No, I don't really read much manga in general.
It's a trope right now. There's a lot of manga that are about cooking where they'll just like present a full recipe during the thing, just talking about it over the course of the chapter. And then at the end of it, it'll just have a recipe. They do a similar thing with this, but it's with nonsensical bits that you could never translate into a real recipe.
Nice.
And they do that while also progressing the story. So by the end of each chapter, they'll have presented a recipe that you can't replicate. There's nothing. It's a useless recipe, but they'll have presented that along with progressing the story.
I do love in the first episode how they go from just like putting was it the scorpion and some other crap in a pot,
This
and then the dude comes along, and by the end of it, it turns into like a masterpiece.
just wanted to make sure we noted that was the closest match I'd had so far.
Yes, 3 health.
Yeah,
he ended with 3 health.
when she went down.
Shit was nuts. Oh man, you almost want to. No, never mind.
Yeah, sadly, I can't back it up.
I feel
but
like
it's
we had a
all
hyper
there.
reaction back then.
Yeah, we did, because I was yelling at it.
Or we were talking about Delicious in Dungeon.
Yes, no, that.
Yes, that was a
super
very
good.
close fight. It was very close.
I'm hoping it stays good throughout the show, because I'm looking forward to that show being good.
And if we did talk about it during this episode, I did watch a bunch of Hunter x Hunter, and I'm enjoying that a lot. Go ahead and read that.
This Lynx is shrouded in mystery, save for his connection with the BFF and his old age. He pilots a 4-legged, long-range sniping craft and refuses to stray from his support's combat style, unchanged from the Dismantlement War. This is the dude from 4 that we mentioned. He had a high-res owl with a low-res clouds. Very important.
Right.
Let's fight him in, I think, the desert.
Nope. Old East City.
But yeah. The current anime season is quite good. I was going down the list of new anime that are coming out this year, and like 15 manga that I read are all getting shows, and I think 3 of them started this month.
Yeah, I don't follow mangas or anime nearly enough to know anything coming out. I just kind of hope I hear good word of mouth, and then I start watching something. That's how I got on Zom 100 and
I do have
Delicious in Dungeon.
I do have another one to recommend. The oh god, what did they call it?
I don't think I'm gonna have the ability to watch more than 3 anime right now.
Well, you don't need to watch any others. Just watch these ones that I recommend and fuck all that other shit.
No, I mean, like, I barely have enough time to remember to watch one, let alone 3 whole ones.
I will recommend it for anyone listening, since this is essentially a podcast at this
Go
point.
ahead, recommend it.
Oh my god, my
Let's hear it.
Plex is fucking logged out on my phone. What is this garbage? I guess nothing I do on the screen is visible.
Yeah, I guess not, but it's messing with the frame rate.
Oh, it
a
is,
bit.
isn't it? Yeah, look at that. I'll close that.
Quite a bit.
You don't get to see
Yeah.
this, but man,
Yeah, that's good.
that chugged the frame rate. It is
Yeah, it did.
called
Hentai Lover 9000.
Yes,
I mean,
that's the one. No, it's so the problem with this one is it's got all the tropes, all the modern tropes. Oh, I remember this guy now. He just wouldn't fucking stay near me. I had to chase him all over the damn place. It's got all the tropes in it. So it's like an adventurer dies. It's like the title's way too long, but the adventurer dies and then becomes a skeleton, which I think has been done 3 times now. But this one's just the this Lynx is the highest ranked independent mercenary affiliated with Collard. He's a plain and emotionless man, but his craft is a rare Hilbert model, formerly piloted by Aldra. He utilizes his craft's heavy weaponry with deadly efficiency. I'm not sure if this guy showed up in 4. They make it sound like he did, but I don't remember him in any way.
I remember seeing a 4-leaf clover, but I can't remember if that was earlier in this game, like during one of the loading screens, or if it was during the actual game. So I don't know.
But the it's portrayed really well. It's written pretty well. The manga I enjoyed quite a bit, though the translation quality was a little meh. But the anime does it way better, and it's so far seemed quite enjoyable. And the name,
we'll see. I'll keep that one as a recommendation. But
the name of it,
I got enough on my plate.
Should be right in front of my face. Why are there so many new anime? Why are there so many new anime? And my eyes are terrible. There it is. The Unwanted Undead Adventurer. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Not to be confused with the like 16 other
on my
guy becomes skeleton anime.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of like all of those type. I mean, I know this is just how anime and manga works. You know, something becomes popular, people copy it, and you know, it turns into a trend.
Ad nauseum. There doesn't need to be 200 new manga all about the exact same topic.
This is exactly. That's kind of what it almost feels like mobile gaming, where like somebody comes up with one good idea and then 8,000 apps with the same exact idea but slightly different art come out.
So true. And this guy just got his shit bopped. Lizzanese fold.
Here's Stiletto.
There.
Yeah. There's definitely good stuff out there. I mean, there's so much that's coming out that I can't even, you know, every time I go, I think I know what's like popular, you know, a few months later I realize I'm like 3 years behind, you know. So it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of shit.
Read her real quick.
Oh, an original from the Dismantling Warship adds the same energy-focused tank type of craft that she did in the Lynx War. After the warship played a pivotal role in the interior's rush to power, her combat style is simple and reliable.
I don't remember what she did in the story, but I do remember her being in the story and fighting her.
I remember remarking about her glorious torpedoes.
Yes. In the last video, you were focused exclusively on her giant torpedoes.
Hanging off the front end. But yeah, you know, we get to talk about anime endlessly. There's a lot of good stuff out there.
Because I'm a giant weeb.
Yeah, you are. You're super weeby. I play all the video games, but I do not watch all the anime.
I've pretty much given up on regular TV because it bores the shit out of me, and we just watch anime.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't watched TV in like 10 years, like regular TV. Closest thing I get to is my parents have a YouTube TV subscription, which I use to exclusively watch sports when I feel like it. Well, that's about it.
I mean, like live action shows in general.
Yeah. Oh, like live. Yeah, even that. I mean, if I have watched anything, it's been pretty much just classics. Like the only thing I'm watching right now is Cheers.
God.
And that's been pretty good.
I remember not being able to get into Cheers for
witty
some
writing.
reason.
Good characters. I don't know. I like it so far.
I probably like it better now. I was watching it when it was on Nick at Night.
Oh yeah, no. It's surprisingly well written, and like the characters are really well done. It's obviously of its time. There are definitely topics that come up that are just like, what, people were talking about that back then? Like what? But yeah, it is what it is. It's totally fine. It's totally funny. I highly recommend it for anybody. Oh yeah, and you were trying to rebuild your mech here.
I was checking out whatever gun they gave me, which was just the
Axis, yeah, that's right.
PA destroying rifle. Although it doesn't look like it does anywhere near as much as it used to. And I think they've nerfed a lot of the energy weapons from 4.
Yeah.
I do believe we edit the color scheme here. Yeah.
Good. Oh yes. We finally have something worth looking at.
Yes. I go from black to a toy, a children's toy.
Buzz Lightyear, I'm pretty sure, is what you turn into. Yeah, no, I've been playing through. I decided to hop on EDF 5 on the PlayStation because it was free to download, and nobody wants to play it with me, so I have to play it by myself. Would you? I mean,
if we got on and did it, yeah. Though I do wish we had more people.
Hold you to it.
But that.
Yeah.
We do have to play GTFO.
Oh God, no! Oh no! Take it back. Well, anyway, I started just EDF 5. I just needed something to play. I don't know. I've been having a hard time with playing anything. I've been playing through Hades, which I've been enjoying as well. But I just needed something on top of that, I guess, for some reason, because I'm fucked up. So started playing Hades, started playing that. Still having a good time with both. I mean, Hades is as good as it was when I first played it. The writing's still excellent, the gameplay's still great, music's still great, still holds up very well. So for anybody who's thinking about picking up that second one, hasn't played the first one, definitely go play the first one. It's absolutely worth it.
Yeah. I still haven't gotten the full endings. I have to go back and do that sometime.
Mm-hmm. You should. It's not that as hard as I remember it being, but I'm guessing a lot of that's just from muscle memory. The only downside, of course, starting from scratch again is getting all the upgrade points to like give yourself some buffs. But outside of that, like, you can still get pretty far without that stuff.
Yeah, I'm not really willing to start over. I have my save, luckily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I have it on Switch. I was hoping I get it on PlayStation 5. I just wanted a save on there that was relatively complete. So
someday all games will have cross parity between consoles, so that if you wanted to play it on your Switch, you could just go play it on your Switch, like what Warframe just did. Now I can just pull out my Switch and play Warframe if I'm waiting for something, or I can go back on my computer and continue playing from the same account.
Yeah, I've been meaning to put Warframe on the Switch.
It's super
just so
useful, just like
whip it out and play it from time to time.
I'm stuck in the bathroom. Guess I'll get in Warframe.
Right. Or even if you just want to sit on the couch and like play something that's not a shitty mobile game, like, that'd be nice. We did pick up a Super Mario Wonder a while back, but we did not get far in it at all.
It looked really fun.
It was really fun, but Wife's not super great with platformers, so it's tough to get through.
My wife is also not good with platformers. Not good with high-speed platformers.
It can, yeah, and I'm trying to be patient and slow with Mario, but you know, like when you're not holding down the sprint button at all times, I'm already like, it's hard for me to.
Your attention span drips, and suddenly you're on your phone and gone asleep.
No, it's not that bad, but like it can just be frustrating at times, you know, from their side, just from how difficult platforming can be.
Yeah, because it gets. Are they playing as like a Yoshi or something that doesn't die?
No, they're going for regular character. Okay. But that might be something we try then, just to at least finish playing the game.
Yeah, as long as you're the first.
Because I would like to play it. I mean, I really enjoyed the hell out of it, but you know, the game in itself is a little bit more challenging in that it asks you to do more things with the levels. Like what was it? There's like challenge levels where you have to do things, you know, at a certain speed or something like that, and that kind of stuff can be tough. Most of the regular levels are beatable, but it also, like, they're not used to dying a lot in video game. You know, most games are pretty easy and they don't let you die a lot, but in Mario, dying a lot is that's normal.
Especially modern Marios, because they're all like that design where it's like, oh, you just float up in a bubble and I pop it and you're back on the map.
Right. So for me, it's like, if I die, I'm like, oh, that sucked. We'll try it again. It takes like 30 seconds to get back here. But for them, it can be an annoying experience.
Really quick. He is a successor to the Noblesse Oblige, regarded as the symbol of Rosenthal. Its shoulder-equipped multi-lasers unleash astounding firepower. High AMS aptitude and mental stability make Gerald an ideal lynx for the League's ranks. Gerald Gendlin, or Gendlin.
Nice.
I'm not sure how that's supposed to be pronounced.
I did load up Tekken 8 on my PS5 a little bit. Just the demo, obviously. I also replayed it on PC for a little bit.
We were testing out Parsec, and we're going to test out the share play on PlayStation. We always have a bad route to each other. There's always just this bit of lag that annoys the hell out of me.
Right now it's because of my shitty connections right now. Like, I don't have a good hardline into my network, so once that gets done, it'll be fine. Like, it's mostly because I'm on Wi-Fi on most things at the moment.
Okay.
So. Dirty, disgusting Wi-Fi.
I hate it. But yeah,
No, I hate it too. It's annoying.
I wouldn't mind playing that. I've been holding off on buying Nintendo games just because they're never on a decent sale and I can't afford them.
No, never ever. So I didn't even bother waiting. I was just like, I'll just fucking buy this one now.
I just finished beating
years.
Pseudo Regalia. If you like platformers that are styled like an N64 game with really satisfying movement, I highly recommend it. Also, I guess if you like your main character to be a cat, goat, girl thing that doesn't wear pants, that's probably a benefit too for people.
What you should have led with that, man.
That's true. The movement, it's one of those games where the movement is just jank enough to where it feels super good, and you can like not sequence break, but you can force your way to places that you technically shouldn't be able to get to yet. So it's like, this spot wants you to do a wall run, but you have a wall kick that can not technically make it that far, but if you're really good at it, you can force yourself to make it, and shit like that feels amazing. Games like that just feel really good.
Yeah, I mean, N64 games, or those types of platformers, definitely had the capability to be very snappy and good feeling, as evidenced by Mario 64 being a fantastic intro to 3D games. But yeah, a lot of them didn't do them nearly as well as Mario did back then, so having modern sensibilities and applying it to those types of games and like actually making it feel good, I bet, probably makes it pretty fun.
And the game's only like $6.
Which also always helps.
There's been a trend of new N64 style games. There's quite a few good ones out right now. But and we talked about that in this episode, I think, is you had said you'd never played Banjo-Kazooie.
No, I've only ever seen it being played, but I never actually played it. So that's something I've been meaning to eventually play. Don't know if I could do a full playthrough on it, but I at least want to try it out for a bit, see how it feels.
Yeah. If you
can't say the same for Donkey Kong 64. I think that one.
I'd play it. I loved it. I loved it when I was little. It's probably frustrating as hell now that I have like adult brain.
It looks really frustrating to play. Like Banjo, it looks like it still has some good mechanics in there.
Banjo
maybe
feels
some jank,
good.
but like it's fine. Donkey Kong 64 just looks jank. That's all I see when anybody plays that game. It just looks slow and jank and weird.
There's a lot of clunkiness to that one. I started a game called Four Tales I got in a Humble Bundle. It is a card-based adventure, like choose your own adventure thing. Like you're a thief and a bandit, and you've been hired to steal a lyre, a musical instrument from some noblewoman. And the game functions by presenting you with a series of locations and choices, and you use cards to interact with them. The cards just do different things for each character. Each character has 3 cards on the board at any given time, and you have to collect food, money, fame, infamy over the course of your interactions with things, and you can expend those resources to interact with the cards. It then presents you with different choices to make to further the story. It's really good so far. I'm liking it a lot.
Okay. Another good recommendation. I ended up deleting Far Cry 6 off
That was fast.
my PlayStation. Yeah, I got a good chunk into it, but like the gameplay loop eventually breaks down. Doesn't feel very good. Like the upgrade system and like lack of any sort of skill progression just kind of, I don't know, it makes the game a little bit less interesting for me.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily a bad game by any means, but like I think I have to be in the type of mood to just like sit there and want to go through all these like locations and infiltrate them over and over and over again. Like I think I've just come to the realization that Far Cry games are just not for me, because I don't think I've beaten any of them for all the ones that I've tried.
Yeah, I think Crysis was the last Cry game that I touched that I gave a shit about. Crysis 1 and 2.
I really enjoyed Far Cry 2 because that was it was still a very grounded version of these Far Cry games. So like they cared about stuff like, you know, the fire spreading when you hit the desert grass, you know, with your Molotovs, and it would spread a certain way. And look
back
really
when
cool.
Far Cry was about
And, like
making traps and surviving.
Yeah, it was just very gritty, like super gritty. And this, I think this was even before like the trap stuff. This is just essentially you're a dude in the desert and go take over all these places, and they didn't really give you much for progression from what I remember. Like you weren't like out there, they haven't introduced hunting yet in that game, so there was no catching alligators and taking their skins to make, you know, a bigger pocket or whatever.
Well, the initial pitch for Far Cry, the original Far Cry, was like you were in a you were basically Rambo. Yeah. You were in a jungle and you were surviving behind enemy lines type of deal.
You're super Rambo.
That
you
was
had powers.
that was in the Wii game. The Wii game had the weird patch.
No,
in
the original Far Cry. The original Far Cry, you were like practically a predator. Maybe one day we'll go back and just play the original Far Cry. I think that'd be an interesting one to see, because I think most people probably don't even know what that looks like at this point.
Oh yeah,
it's been a very long time.
The first Crysis was meant to be a Far Cry game.
Yeah, I tried playing the first Crysis. I could
loved
not get
it.
into
It was so janky and weird.
It's a bit I have no nostalgia for it, so like trying to get into it now is very tough. And it doesn't look all that pretty anymore, unfortunately, so it's just like regular first-person shooter game in a jungle.
You have like your suit that lets you like jump or become tough. Like you have to switch the suit modes depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was one interesting part of it. I don't want to buy this game anytime soon, but that new Avatar game has some really crazy looking visuals from what I saw.
Avatar, which Avatar?
The movie Avatar. Oh god, my brain, every time I see it stare at the ground there, it just looks like you're in the sky.
And I built this high speed mech.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that game, I mean, it's not a game I would buy because it looks very like generic gameplay wise, but like the actual graphics of it are absolutely insane. Probably some of the best looking like jungle environments I've ever seen in a game. So if you haven't looked at it, I would at least recommend watching somebody play it for like 15 minutes. I'll have to do that.
I remember seeing it pop up somewhere and that I wouldn't expect, like being praised for some reason, and I was just like, Avatar?
Yeah, because it had
nobody
like no
gives a shit
fanfare
about Avatar
out.
though.
Like, people forgot this game was even coming out. It had zero advertising. It just showed up one day. And then I think most people didn't expect anything out of it, so they just tried it just to see how it is. And that's when they saw the visuals and were like, holy shit, this game looks insanely good. So, yeah, that's one. Maybe someday when it's on, like, sale or given away for free, I'm going to give it a shot. But definitely not something I'd pay full price for at the moment.
Right.
There's so much stuff coming out. Later this month, we got Tekken 8 and what was it? Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, both on the same day. Yeah. So, a lot of good stuff. All coming very soon. I'm gonna have no time for any of it.
So, just a heads up, the next episode will be more normal. And so we just had to fix this audio. So if you like what you see, or in this case heard, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See ya.